Alright, what's going on here? Mr. Pot is very empty. So Mr. Pot, take a break. And then I make our own sodium hydroxide. Okay, so that's saline water, very thick in salt. Whole bag of this stuff, only a teensy bit left in the bag. Obviously got to put something on my fried eggs. Okay, so there's the positive electrode going up the top, and it's coming down. The pig holds it in the right height. There it is, that's the electrode over there. That's the pencil lead electrode with the wire on it. Keeping the copper out of the water. So that up the top is the positive electrode, and this is the negative electrode. One of them's the anode and one of them's the cathode. But something's gone wrong in the middle. The copper tie-off wire is emitting much hydrogen. So that's hydrogen gas emitting out of there. Now I do know that there's meant to be a metal reaction, but there's no metal touching the water except for what is wrapping the negative pencil leads. These are carpenter pencil leads, and in the middle, on top of them, just because of an extra conductor, not essential to do, but there is a very strong battery. Inside of normal AA batteries there are pencil leads that are very great for conduction of energy, because this is what they're doing as batteries. They have a lead in there, and it's not a lead, it's called a carbon electrode or a graphite electrode. Two different names, same thing. Okay, so that electricity goes through the salt. And of course there's positive and negative, so they obviously arc. They try to reach each other. And as they do, they cause the molecules in the salt, they cause them to force evolve. Watch this video. See, it's something like they pass off a molecule and make a new molecule. Right? So that's what happens. It's making new molecules. Okay, so this salt was iodized. But what you do to get rid of the iodize is you fill up the container with the water. Warm water can help it dissolve faster. And then you stir them up, and then they separate. And whatever floats, you separate it into another one. And whatever remains at the bottom and within the liquid, you keep. And the potassium is the one that floats on the top, and you pour it into another one. Okay? Why do I have 2 copper coins? Well, they're brass coins. Because I was making copper colloid or colloidal copper. So it turns out to be colloidal brass. And this is it. Colloidal brass water. It's a lower form of copper, and that's brass. Of course, down the bottom there's some Himalayan salt and some brass that's seen to have weighed down and come down in there. This is, I've had these coins going through an electric circuit. I had them wired up and in the water in another little jar. And what happened was that they were giving me this beautiful drink. I know about copper poisoning. I know I probably should have just used copper. But I figured, hey, why not try a bit of brass? And I stuck some of these little copper screws on the electrodes that were in the water in this jar here. I don't know, are you doing it anymore? And I'm seeing what on earth is this random precipitate on the bottom of this jar. I don't know how the heck it got there or what is it. This jar did have sodium hydroxide, but it was something that I made as sodium hydroxide from cooking baking soda and So sodium bicarbonate, and they call it bicarbonate something. So that's bi means 2, and carbon, obviously, carbon molecule. When you cook them in a pot, it increases in carbon. That's because you're burning it. Here's sodium carbonate. Oh my gosh, he's collecting urine. Why? I don't know why, but Ormus will appear, and I cook it off in a pot to kill the germs and solidify the protein, separate the proteins, and I'd force the pH up to see what I can get out of it that would drop out of orbit, and then bring it back into orbit. Bring it back into soluble, same orbit, but I mean solubilize. Resolubilize it. So you can cause it to be mixed and disappear. And then you can lower it down and it will come back into visibility. I heard that you can take Ormus up into the 12 pH and it will cause it to make these things that you shouldn't really have. It causes you a lot of pain if you drink it. But if it drops back out again and you've got rid of all the foreign materials, you end up with these pure conductors almost. And some of them are negative and it gives you dark magic. Shouldn't say that out loud. Anyway, take it easy, be careful what you consume because some things are dangerous. Some people live a pure life of non-food, but just almost. Be careful. Have a bit of water. Watch out not to consume too much sodium hydroxide. You see, those people that have gout, they have a bit of sodium hydroxide and it helps them. Or you can call it caustic soda if you like. I had some last night and I was just throughout the night I woke up and I felt like something was cooking in my body. I had some water, and water makes hydroxide go real crazy. And cleaned out all the germs and all the things that were causing diabetes and the things that were causing gout, all the bacteria that was trapped in my glands in my body. Also, I was eating the flesh off the walls, so I had to have some clean water and maybe have some milk or oils to line the lining of my body. And vitamin C, eating feed jars, is a great thing. Okay, so this is once again Mr. Jones's random boring life. And over here is a jar that I used to use with some weird oil that was made for getting rid of nits. Not that men have nits. Nits are generated by negative thoughts. You just need UV light, food source, water source, correct temperature, and a kid with a negative attitude. Create pestilence, this type of curse. A man proved that he made nit bugs, hair lice, just simply by an electric charge, a metal dish, and he had some liquid in it, and it just happened to be that he spat some sugar, and there was protein from his scalp. He had dandruff and all those things got together, and it created a bug. It was only purely because of the electricity that it caused it to give life. Must have had the right energy, like AC energy leaking out of his car battery, got into his body or something, and he must have contacted with it. AC energy, alternating current, is what we have in our heart. Power generators have them also, and it can make life as well as electricity. And check out what direct current does. Negative causes emission if it's not emitted. If the negative, what do they call that? Is it the cathode or the other one, anode? think that'd be